Before we start sketching, there's one other thing to keep in mind, and that is scale. It's too soon to know what your painting is going to look like, but it's still good to think about scale in two ways. Firstly, there's the overall scale of the pattern. Here you can see this pattern as wallpaper, but on a smaller scale, and here it is on a larger scale. As you can see, the effect is quite different. Secondly, there's the scale of your motifs relative to each other. Basically, with busy patterns, you don't want to have everything the same size. So when you sketch your motifs, keep in the back of your mind which ones you might want to make larger and which ones you want to be smaller. This is important because the eye needs resting places in your painting or pattern, and by painting some things larger, you create these resting places and your eye is drawn to those bigger things first. It's totally fine and sometimes fun to break all the conventional rules about scale and draw tiny things huge and enormous things really tiny. There's scope for so much fun and invention when you start to play with scale. So, before we start sketching, we've got the following things in the back of our minds. 4 classes of motifs: your characters, your main flowers, your secondary flowers, and your fillers. Your color palette, which is determined by the possible end use of your pattern as well as by color trends. Composition, storytelling, and flow. And scale, which you need to think about in terms of overall scale of your pattern as well as relative scale of your motifs. In the next video, we launch together into sketching and into the unknown with open hearts and forgiving minds. For this, you will need some cheap paper, printer paper or a sketchbook, and a pencil and your source images. Get those ready now and I'll see you there.